All right, so I moved back to the Seattle area a couple weeks ago, and I found myself in a house in Mercer Island where I am right now. And I ran into disappointment again. You see, when I looked at the place, the location was all good, and the owner apologized for all the clutter. He said he was still in the middle of a transition of some sort, but he'll clean it up before he leaves for Thanksgiving vacation. And unfortunately, he got hung up with a lot of work, and he left before cleaning out the living room. The living room was a disaster a few days ago. It's a little bit better now. And I debated with myself on what to do. At first, I thought my landlord had a little bit of a hoarding problem. When I was cleaning it up, I felt like I was on the TLC program Hoarders. I used to have a hoarding problem myself. I've gotten rid of a lot of clutter in recent times. I especially like it when I get to donate some of my clutter. A lot of times, the only reason I hoard is because of just a misguided thought of the environment. Right? I don't want to throw it away. If I donate it, or sometimes the other reason I like to hoard is sentimental value, right? Not that the item is even all that personal, right? It might have been something I acquired during a specific time in my life. If I donate it, I like to wish the item well with the new owner. That's good. So I decided to call the landlord and ask, in a diplomatic way, is there something I can do to help you move? I thought he had other property. Or I thought he was maybe getting rid of it, right? Is there something I can help you move or maybe donate? He's a little bit older than me, so he could certainly use some help with that. And he explained that a lot of this furniture belonged to an old tenant who hasn't moved it out. And when he said it, I got very angry because his older tenant, the reason they had vacated the place was because the tenant had bought a house somewhere in downtown Seattle. And I'm thinking these people are much more fortunate than myself, and even him, right? Because Mercer Island is much less expensive than downtown Seattle, I would imagine. And he's letting these people walk all over him at the expense of himself and me. And I almost wanted to just trash all this stuff after. But then I realized that there was a time when I behaved like that, and it didn't turn out for anybody involved. You see, a year and a half ago, I was living in Bellevue in an Airbnb, and I had booked the place for a month at the beginning of the pandemic just to ride it out before moving into something more permanent. And then I realized I couldn't move anywhere because the pandemic was in full swing. This was April of 2020. And the owner needed the place back. And I had to make use of Governor Inslee's eviction moratorium to stay in that place. Obviously completely destroyed the bridge, but at the time I really had no choice, right? There was nowhere to go. And it just dawned on me that even though it might be my legal right to get rid of all this stuff, the more advisable route would probably be what I did. Was cleaned it all up, vacuumed up the furniture, and basically make the new tenant, or the old tenant, an offer that he just can't refuse, right? He has clean furniture, I'll even offer to help him move it, and it will be a win-win situation for everybody involved. And don't forget, our biggest asset here in 2021 is our connection to the outside world, right? So, for example, right now, I'm running into a few barriers because of a drug that I don't want to take that they're trying to push on us, but I have a lot of good connections, right? So I haven't lost my job. I've even been able to find new work during this time. And my social connectivity with the outside world will be very valuable going forward. And definitely not worth being lazy and getting rid of furniture just to throw away all those connections just because I don't want to clean up some furniture, right?